Hi guys, welcome to your astrology update. I hope you're doing great. So what we have here is Venus has moved to 0 degrees of Taurus, the second house of money, tangible goods, appearance. So Venus in Taurus is very good because Venus actually rules over the house of Taurus. It's meant to be there. In astrology, Venus is meant to rule over your life because it's about the things that you like and treasure and value. It's things that make you feel good, things that make you feel good that are real, not just ideas. This is like tangible things that you can touch and feel. Nice clothes, getting your hair done, going to the salon, all of those things can be like a Venus and Taurus energy. So what we also have as Mars moved out of Pisces and Mars is now in Aries, and it's also at home in Aries. Mars rules over Aries. So it's the warrior with tons of energy, getting up and starting things, springing into action, getting things going, being a go-getter, going after something. So we have Mars and Jupiter were conjunct at around 2 or 3 degrees earlier this morning. So Mars and Jupiter conjunct is a very positive energy. It has to do with ambition. I'll just go Mars, Jupiter conjunction and see. It could be visible. So 30 minutes ago, it was visible with this Mars Jupiter conjunction. It's positive, optimistic, lots and lots of energy, enthusiasm. This is personal. It's not about expecting other people to be energized. It's about you personally. So it's very positive energy. You could attract a lot of good things with this energy. So Jupiter in Aries can also be, I feel, an expansion of you. So anything that has to do with you or your identity or your personal self, which could also be, social media. So we have Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter rules over Sagittarius. It's far-reaching. It's global. So I hope a lot of you, if you do have social media, that this energy gives you that boost that you need to make your Instagram or your YouTube expand and get bigger. And, this is all about the energy that comes from Mars and Aries, being a go-getter, going after what you want. And with Venus moving into Taurus, you probably have a strong sense of what you want because you know what you like. Now, it's a very positive energy too because of the moon in Taurus. You will feel satisfied if you get what you want. So it's like a win-win. The sun with Mercury in Gemini knows you know what to say and you know the words and you know how to solve the problems that you could be having. So if you're having any ideas that are going through your mind that are new, take this strongly into consideration because the sun is directly sextile to Mars. So it's a really good energy. It's the masculine is enforced. So you may have lots of ideas, lots of energy. You could be talking a lot. Okay, so sun, 7 degrees of Gemini. Then we have the moon, 18 degrees of Taurus. Let's see, Uranus is in Taurus as well. They were conjunct this morning, doing something different, unique. So Venus and Taurus are at 0 degrees. Mars and Venus may have been both at 0 degrees earlier in the middle of the night last night, which is pleasure and passion. But with Mars Jupiter, this is really, really a powerful conjunction because they're both expansive. Jupiter is like going global. So many of you are reaping this. You are feeling the energy of Aries, not being afraid. You're very brave with Mars and Aries, taking center stage, standing up for yourself. You probably may not care what people think of you right now. It's like, oh, I don't even care. It just rolls right off you. Now, you're more concerned about what can I do to make my life better and, better for me. It's not selfish, it's self-oriented. So it's like, what can I do to make my life better? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because Aries is usually a very generous sign to a fault. Usually Aries will give to people and help people. Chiron in Aries at 15 degrees is aligned here with Uranus. So there's some kind of breaking a social conditioning or breaking a conditioning with Chiron to Uranus. Uranus rules over Aquarius, and it's the rebel, the social butterfly rebel. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So if you're the wounded healer, that energy of sort of being different, deviating from society, being different from others could be very interesting for you right now because it gives you a sense of independence. And I think that's totally perfectly okay. You can embrace your shadow side and just say, you know what, this is a part of who I am, so I'm just going to embrace it. I'm not going to be ashamed. To me, shame would come from something you bury and tuck away, which could be Scorpio. And we just had that full moon in Scorpio eclipse. So I feel like you would be forced to face something about your hidden self with that eclipse. You'd be forced to face it and accept it and not feel ashamed. Leo rising today is very brave too. At this moment in time, it's Leo rising. So Leo rising is connected to Mars and Neptune, which is about making your dreams come true and happen. Neptune is at 16 degrees aligned with Chiron. Wow. So if you have self-esteem issues, but you have dreams of being a singer or something like that, or you have a dream of being, like your wounded identity is connected to also Neptune and Pisces, illusions. It's not real. It's not, people don't really think, I don't really think people think too much about other people. I think people think more about themselves. Like, I don't think people sit and plot and scheme and, I think that's very rare that people do that. I think more people are self-interested and they're more about, what food can I put on my table as opposed to what is that person doing today. I think that's very rare. I don't think that's, you observe people that you identify with, or you observe people, or you think about people, Neptune, which is like fantasizing about people I think that you identify with. If you don't identify with someone, I don't think you even think about it at all. I don't think it goes through your mind. So watch your thoughts, because your Neptune here is aligned with being brave, but it's also aligned with life changes. Here, Pluto Capricorn, career changes or life changes. And then we have here Neptune and Mars side by side. Let's see. Mars is at 2 degrees of Aries. Neptune's 25 degrees of Pisces. So Neptune is sextile to the North Node in Taurus. Your life purpose is to imagine and think of, the impossible, and imagine things and, movies and things, ideas, writing books, being creative, basically. You are a creator. We're all creators. So embracing the creative energy of Neptune is very good for your life purpose right now. As you can see, it's sextiled. So there's a purple line from Neptune over to the North Node. This is passing directly through Aries energy. So heal your self-esteem, feel good about yourself. Don't care what other people think of you. Don't focus on other people. Don't have unnecessary worry. What else? Venus and Taurus, embrace what you like. So a lot of people say, I don't like that and I don't like that and that bugs me. I would say shift your focus to embrace what you do like, because that will satisfy yourself, obviously. You'll be more satisfied if you eat the food you like rather than eating food that you completely and utterly despise. However, I feel like Gemini is more about what we eat because it's the mouth and it's something about what you're eating. Mercury in retrograde in Gemini, I feel like could be eating food from when you were raised. Like eating the food you were raised on may not be the best because it's a retrograde. So it's like thinking about this, like, is this the best food for me to be eating? Mars can also be surgeries, sharp objects. It can be driving a car. It's very forward moving. But Mars is about weaponry. And it is connected to the North Node as well. It's also about pens, writing, executing a document, signing a document, making it, real. That's also Gemini and Aries, Mars energy. Gemini is the writing. Mars would be the agreement that you're signing away. It's an execution of a document. So this is connected to Mercury retrograde, things that happened in the past, information that you found out in the past, making major life changes with Pluto connected to Mercury retrograde. So it's almost like whatever you went through or learned in the past, it's an opportunity to do it better. And then the North Node is here connected to straight to Mars, sextile to Mars. So Saturn's about to approach to go retrograde as well. And then we have 25 degrees of Neptune aligned with Saturn. So I think Saturn in Aquarius is about conformity with groups, like having to conform and fit in, having to follow rules and laws set by others, which is good to a point, unless it's oppressive. It is connected to Neptune at 25 degrees. They're both conjunct with each other. So fantasy, fear, Neptune in Pisces is the subconscious mind. And normally we push things down that we don't want to think about. So it could be the subconscious fear about what other people think of you could really sort of be here. But with Mars and Aries, I don't think you're going to really care so much. And Jupiter, you're more about living your best life. This is like the time to live your best life now. Embrace things that bring you pleasure. Taurus, which is Empress energy. Venus in Taurus is the Empress. So this is about beauty and luxury and nice things, doing nice things for yourself. Okay, so we have a T-square, as you can see, with the midheaven point of the T-square up in Taurus. So it has to do with the stuff that we have. And, the Leo ascendant is bravery to protect what is yours, opposing the energy of Saturn Aquarius, what other people karmically or want to take from us, maybe. Saturn in Aquarius can be the rules, the oppression, the discipline of others on us, and then wanting to protect what's ours. So there's this resistance to, Leo squared to Taurus. And then Aquarius, Saturn is squared to Taurus. So there's a resistance put on people coming from set rules, regulation, policy, conforming with social norms, fitting in. Sometimes this could be like, well, I want to have what other people have, maybe like a better car, nicer clothes. I want to have like just all this. To me, Taurus too, with Mars and Aries, is plastic surgery, because Taurus is about the face. It's about your face because that's what people see. They see your face. And Mars in Aries is the tools, or the surgery, tools on the self. So it's plastic surgery. So there's this resistance, or this social expectation of plastic surgery. I've noticed like a lot of people are getting crazy plastic surgery. Like people who don't need plastic surgery are getting plastic surgery. Nobody needs plastic surgery, but if you want it, in a way, this is a good time because Mars is aligned with Taurus. So it's a very positive time if you are getting plastic surgery. But if you're getting plastic surgery to appease what other people think of you, Saturn Aquarius, that is possibly not in your best interest, because there's more about protection of yourself, your roots, your family. So don't get the plastic surgery. I don't even know why I'm saying all this, but don't get plastic surgery for others. Get the plastic surgery for you if you are considering that, because the sun is aligned with Mars, which means the masculine wants something to do with force on the self. Now, another thought that just went through my mind could be people who feel depressed or angry because of the way they're thinking about the past and the social expectations on people, to have like a lot of followers, or to have like a lot of subscribers, or stuff like that, which could be Saturn Aquarius. The expectation of having high numbers in social media could be not good for you, because it could make you feel like angry. I don't know why, but it could be making you feel, like you're not good enough. So just be aware of that because of this T-square here of Taurus to Aquarius. Social media. Sun and Gemini is like you're checking every social media account to see what people are doing. And with the connection to Mars is like a lot of social media postings and checking what other people are doing, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and then all the other ones, Twitch, and just checking them all. Then you have the other ones that you pay for. So Sun and Gemini wants to gather information about data and information, but it might not be so healthy. If you feel an unrealistic expectation coming from other people, Saturn Aquarius, that is restricting, it's squared to Taurus. So it's resisting, it's at a resistance to living your best life, because all this right here is about living your best life, being happy, embracing who you are, finding happiness, finding emotional satisfaction in the things that you have, being grateful, because we do have there's an asteroid moving through Taurus right now called I forget what it's called actually. The asteroid of So we have the stellium line up in Taurus with the North Node, Uranus, Mercury, Moon. So Mercury retrograded back into Taurus at 27 degrees, and then this resistant energy of the T-square has to do with the stuff in our lives and the way people see us. And it can also be the way you appear. So Taurus has the asteroid of, I think it's Sedna. Okay, let's see. The ephemeris today is showing Sedna. Yes, 29 degrees of Taurus, Sedna. The asteroid Sedna is supposed to be about, basically, I believe it's the spoiled, it's the person who has it all and is still not happy. So it's like reevaluate that, be grateful. So I'll just put here Sedna in astrology. What does it mean? Represents isolation, being inaccessible, separation, to having too high an opinion of oneself, but then feeling aloof, like feeling like it's like the lonely person who has it all, the refusal to grow up and accept adult responsibility. Sedna, okay, it's a dwarf planet, actually, it says. So it's a dwarf planet, and it is in Taurus here. So it's like the stuff won't make you happy, and the plastic surgery won't make you happy. So you might as well just accept yourself and get up and do something, like be a go-getter with what you got. Make something of yourself with what you have now. And just be grateful, because this Sedna energy is at 29 degrees, aligned with Pluto. It can make or break you. So you don't want to self-isolate and just gather and collect all this stuff, but then have no friends or have no real life, which I was thinking is like Scrooge McDuck diving into the coins. The idea of like having it all and then not feeling grateful for it. So the way to change it is just be grateful for what you have now, and then you won't feel that sense of loneliness or isolation. So so because it's a resistance, it's a T square. It's not a harmonious flow. The harmonious flow is Mars, Jupiter, Chiron, Venus. There's a harmonious flow there. And then there is a stellium lineup in Taurus. Be unique, be different. Do things that are different as long as it makes you happy. You don't have to rise to the expectations of other people on you, because actually, if you try to do that, living up to parents' expectations, and then you do what they tell you, and you 9 times out of 10, and this is from personal and also from what I've heard from other people, when I was in graduate school, and the amount of people, almost every single person in my class, their parents were not proud of them in graduate school. They said, I expected you to be doing more with your life. And you're like, I'm in graduate school. Like, and then I knew some people who became doctors, full on MDs, and their parents said, I always expected you to be a mother with children, after their parents had told them to go to medical school. So it's very self-destructive. It's horrendously awful. These expectations that people who are important in your life can put on you, and then turn it around and say, why did you not do what, you're still not getting that Saturn Aquarius. You're still not getting, the Saturn Aquarius is not fulfilling you, Aries, personally. So so many people I knew, and I knew someone who committed suicide in law school. When I was in law school, someone committed suicide in my second year of law school. Someone committed suicide. It's there's so much. It's not because of expectations, but expectations play a part of it. So Saturn Aquarius is like the overly strict parent, especially when it's going to go retrograde in like a week. That's the expectations that other people put on you from society. And the happiness of the self is more important. You have to be satisfied and accept yourself now. Moon in Taurus. Just be grateful for like what you have, and don't put so much pressure on yourself to live up to these expectations of a group or society. I've known people who go ahead and have the kids and the husband and the family, And every single person in their life says to them, why aren't you working? Why are you not a CEO? So it's horrendously awful when people do that to people. So I don't know. I just think you have to focus on you, and you live your best life now, Aries. Nobody should feel like they are less than or less important because of society or social media or any of those things. So Aries, I'm going to leave it here. I know it's kind of somber. I don't know why I turned somber, but it was because of Saturn. I started to think about limitations or expectations, discipline, never getting that acceptance or never living up to standards can be so hard on everyone, you know. So focus on you, focus on what makes you happy here with this push of Mars through Aries, and Jupiter in Aries. One last thing. So Mercury retrograde in Taurus with the Sun in Gemini. People who are close to you and the things that they say coming from Saturn as well could lead to weight issues, gaining weight. Because Jupiter in Aries is an expansion of the self. If you don't feel good about yourself and you don't feel like you're living up to society or other people's expectations, you could eat your feelings and feel bad, like just feel this sense of shame. So you don't want that at all. You don't want that shame. You want to fully and completely accept yourself as you are right now, and not be like, well, tomorrow I'll be better, or in 2 weeks I'll be better, or I'll be better when I lose 20 pounds. Or that can also be Taurus, is like losing weight, you know, looking better, appearing better. It's like being perfect. So just accept yourself. This is a win-win energy, Mars, Jupiter conjunct in Aries. It's just kind of thrown off with this T-square, the red lines and the blue line, the triangle. It's a multiple T-square. And the main energy here is Saturn, which is the drill sergeant or the army sergeant. Okay, so I don't know if this helps. It might. I hope it helps many of you think about what you like, at least with the moon in Taurus. So even if it's different, because Uranus energy is the rebel, and it's kind of dark. It's kind of like the social outcast. And I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as you're happy and it's safe and you're not hurting yourself or anybody, you know, I think it's fine. You know, the worst thing from Saturn to Pluto to here would be shame. People saying like, shame on you. You shouldn't be doing that. It's like, no, what the heck? Like, who are you? So thank you, Aries, for watching your astrology reading. I don't know if this helps or not. I hope it does. Thank you for tuning in, and take care.